Yo, what's up, guys? I got to talk about this whole tanking problem that's happening in the NBA. Adam Silver quote saying tanking has gotten worse in the NBA. And I think he's right by saying that. There are deliberately NBA teams that are intentionally losing games just to try to get a higher chance at getting a draft pick. And it's not even guaranteed. That's what I think the whole stupid thing, a part of all this is. It's like you get a better chance, but it's not even a great chance. Might get that 10%, 11% chance, but is that really going to help in the long run? Seen numerous times in history where the number one worst team has not gotten the draft pick. The Pistons failed to do that multiple times by not getting the first overall pick. So far in this NBA season, one of the teams that has been quote unquote tanking is the Utah Jazz. There have been games where they'll leave out the starters towards the end of the game just because it's a close game, and so that they can lose that game because they don't want to try to win. And then was also an example with the Wizards where they were tanking in a game against the Brooklyn Nets where they didn't play any of their starters against the Nets. They got blown out. And even though it got closer towards the end, in that game, the Nets were up by 34 points. And even though I think you guys may have seen other examples, possible examples that you guys may think is tanking, but those particular examples of the Lakers resting their starters in the Thunder, I don't believe those are actual tanking issues. I think they're just injury issues where the team is depleted by injuries, because the amount of injuries this season so far have been ridiculous as well. But I know it's hard to tell when so many players on a team are injured, if they're actually real injuries or if it's just what the team is stating. You never know what to believe. That's just the truth of the NBA in the matter. I personally don't like tanking. I know it makes sense. The worst team gets a draft pick, helps them out in their career and their future of a franchise to try to get better, making the league more competitive in a result. But I like that now Adam Silver is taking into consideration of examining all these teams game by game and to see which teams are actually strategizing and fully going into tanking so they could possibly lose their draft pick. That's what Adam Silver has been talking about, the commissioner of the NBA. And he's going to look more into, he's going to have experts look into it. It's crazy. I never thought it would come to a day like this where it would be this bad. But these teams, they want that first overall pick. And what sucks is that some of these teams, they'll be going on these draft hunt picks, and they've been trashed for the last 10, 20 years. And look, for example, for the Washington Wizards. For example, they haven't been good since the John Wall days. And that's a long time ago. That's not until like 2017, 2018. But even then, it's not like they made much of historical playoff bounds. And they haven't won an NBA championship in a long, long time. It's crazy because there needs to be more examining, more breaching into investigating of these NBA teams and teams that are actually intentionally trying to lose. It doesn't make it fun for the fans. It doesn't make it fun for the game of basketball. Every team should try to win no matter the cost. There shouldn't be, I think it's just overall stupid to intentionally try to lose a game. I mean, even though you're trying to get that first overall pick, what about those players? In an ethical sense, and in this real world that we are living in, for the players, it just doesn't make sense for them to try to lose, or if they don't get playing time because they're too good, something of that manner. There are players that are trying to survive in the NBA, and they're holding by a horn because of the team that they're on, the training, or they're in a bad program that's not properly developing them as they have a huge amount of talent. Now, there's been examples in NBA history of NBA players not being developed properly, numerous and numerous. Sometimes it's just hard to tell which players actually have the talent to develop or don't have the work ethic. It's just all like mix and match. I personally don't like this tanking. Let me know your guys' thoughts on this whole tanking regimen that's going on to the NBA in this year. And I hope this changes. Hope the investigations actually run their proper course and that this type of tanking stops. Because I like to see teams try to win personally.
And overall, it's not even about the strategy of tanking. I mean, it's smart in some caliber way, but when teams intentionally lose, when they're a close game, it ruins it for the fans and for the players.
I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out. Remember to subscribe.